Dave, and welcome to Sibyl Tarot. This is a reading for Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising for the month of June. Aquarius, I already pulled the cards. It's a 7-card spread, and at the bottom of the deck, the overall energy, just at the same there, at the top of the deck is the Aquarian card, the star. This is lovely. So, but at the bottom of the deck we have here is the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands talks about struggles. It can talk about arguments, petty arguments. It can talk about competition, and I just feel one story here is that someone is or has been in an abusive relationship where there was manipulation of sorts, because we have here at the heart of the spread is the Magician, and the Devil is what's crossing it. So the Magician talks about manifesting, but when the Devil is here it talks about manipulation. So I just feel there was a relationship here where there was manipulation. It could have been even temptation to of a third party, and I feel maybe the third party could have been the Empress, and the Empress is the be all and the end all. She's actually the she's the Empress of the tarot deck, and then there's 4 queens, that are underneath the Empress, but the Empress has it all. She has all the qualities of each of the queens here. So I think somebody may have been tempted, or had temptation, and to introduce a third party into a relationship here. And the reason why I'm saying this, and I don't think the third party had any idea of it, because here we have is the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups, which is crowning the spread, talks about soulmates from past lives. It also talks about a unconditional love here. But I just see, and it's the first time I've kind of clocked it, that this person here, I feel this is a younger energy. I feel the older person in this relationship, provided or gave, their cups to this person. But I think this younger energy here has a glove covering their left hand. They may have been married, or in a committed relationship already. And I feel in the recent past, because we have here the Five of Wands, that there was, competition or, fighting and argument. But with the Knight of Swords here, Knight of Swords talks about someone being very reckless, so you could be very reckless within this relationship, and there was manipulation. Someone was being manipulated in the relationship, being told, not being told the truth, basically. And what happened here was that the third party may have, there's only so many swords that you can, throw into a person's back, that way. And, as they say, that the third person probably felt that they were shanked, and it came to a final ending. The relationship came to a final ending here. But with the Ten of Swords, it's a very, very difficult card, where someone to get the Ten of Swords, they've been through an awful lot, because they've gone from the Ace of Swords right up to the 10, and it's probably the most difficult energy, Swords energy, in the tarot deck. So it's come to a final ending, and as well as that, the final ending is bringing a new day, a new day is dawning. And I just feel that for whoever it is that was, harmed, is going to receive the Ten of Cups. you know, the outcome is the Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups, you know, is fulfillment in the love area, you know, happiness all around. So I feel this is good. But there's, I also see here with the Magician is that you, Aquarius, have been manifesting something into your life. You've probably been doing this, you know, concentrating on this since the Christmas time of the year. And it's the reason I say that we have the Devil card here, represents Capricorn. And in Capricorn at the moment is Jupiter. Jupiter's in Capricorn, but as well as that, Saturn was in Capricorn, and it moved in just in the last couple of months into Aquarius. But Saturn talks about hard lessons being learned, and when Saturn now is in Aquarius, for Aquarius people, or they have Aquarius in their chart, just at the last, you know, number of weeks, they may feel a little bit of you know, mugginess or something, you know, in their energy, like that their life has completely slowed down and you're not too sure as to, you know, what's going to happen next. But what will is Saturn will move back into Capricorn now this month in Gemini, and this is Sun in Gemini. This is, so this, you know, this is talking about this time, the Gemini time. So Saturn will move back into Capricorn, and when that does, it'll link up with Jupiter and life will go forward again. And Jupiter's all about expansion. So I think you were working on something and it kind of slowed down in the last number of weeks or whatever, but it's going to take back up speed again at this time now in Gemini, because I said Saturn is going to move back in, and Saturn talks about you know, working hard for a goal, you know, doing it step by step or whatever. And this is what you've been manifesting, and it's going to take back off again. You know, it's going to gain momentum again, I feel. Yeah, and what it is, what you call it, that you're trying to bring into your life is abundance, you know, and it could be material gain, material abundance, something tangible, something that you can touch, because the Empress is, you know, she represents Venus, and Venus is another planet just like Jupiter, expanding, but it's material gain, where Jupiter is luck. Venus is, you know, stuff that you can touch. And I just feel that Venus is, where's Venus now, is in Gemini, and it actually has turned retrograde, so it kind of acts like the sign before, which is Taurus, and Taurus talks about abundance, bringing in abundance. So I just feel, Aquarians, that this is what you're working on, and it's going to be very fruitful and fertile for you. You know, there is abundance coming into your life, and you are manifesting this. You know, this is you working on this, and you know, you have the tools to do it, you have the knowledge, and you know, what you call it, as above so below. So it's, you know, whatever you put into it, you're going to get back out and in abundance. I feel in the recent past that, you know, you've moved fast on this. Well, you would have moved fast, because if it's only happening in the last, you know, 5 to 6 months, but you kind of the swords talk about intellect, you know, your thought process and that, and the knights talk about, you know, learning. So you could be learning how to, you know, go about this, you know, how to put your talents into place, and you know, you have everything, but you kind of, you know, you have to find out, you know what you do first, 1, 2, 3 and 4, like a list type thing. And this, I feel, is something that is very soul, you know, rewarding for you, because the Six of Cups talks about you know, a soul connection. It talks about, you know, past lives, so that it, you know, it's, so I feel that you may, you know, whatever it is that you're doing, you know, you feel connected to it, you know, at a soul level. And here we have is the 10 of Swords coming towards you, and this 10 of Swords talks about this time Gemini, the sun in Gemini, which is this time now. So I feel that it talks about as well, you know, death of ego, and this could be to do with the Devil card that's crossing your Magician here, because even though you're manifesting something good into your life, you probably need to, you know, not to be egotistical about it, or you know, not to use it, you know, use, you know, what you have, the knowledge that you've gained or whatever, you know, not to be revengeful or anything like that, you know, go just to let go of ego, basically, to, you know, for ego to kill, because once you do that, abundance will come into you, like, you know. And the 10 of Cups here is what you call it, it's also a very spiritual card with the rainbow and that, and it just talks about you know, being, you know, aligned, being balanced, you know, and, you know, yourself coming into alignment. So coming into, you know, your, as they say, your life path, what it is that you should be doing, you know, or, you know, it's bringing you onto your own life path, which is good, you know, and it brings happiness and fulfillment in. So yeah, I do feel it's very good, Aquarius, especially, you know, this lunar eclipse that's going to happen now on the 5th of June. This is the beginning of it for you. And like I say, you know, it's probably, you know, since the Capricorn time, or it's a lot to do with Capricorn. And as well as that, yeah, it could be something that you're going to be doing out in the public eye, because the Devil here represents Capricorn and it represents the 10th house. So the 10th house is all about how the public see it, you know. So you could be, you know, making something, you know, creating something that, you know, the public want, you know, that the public want to buy, or something like that, or that they, the public see it, that this, you know, this product or service that you provide, that you are the person that, you know, that they go to, do you know, that way, like. So yeah. Anything else? No, I think that's all. Yeah, so Aquarius, if you like my reading, please like, share and leave a comment, subscribe, and thank you, Slán.